Welcome back to episode 3 of Lvl1 to ZOD, and we're going to start this video off with something pretty special. I see this elite pack here, I double back. Glad I did, because that's a bear rune. Halfway
Hello
to an
there.
Enigma, it's 8 in the morning. Let's get into this episode. About 30 minutes later, a goal rune. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. Boop. Holy. All right. Easy. Easy. Next thing, we're going to try to re-roll this to 35%. So if you don't know, if you put in a hail rune and a town portal, boom, it deletes everything that's in the sockets. Oh. Fort. Ah. Mephisto was nice enough to finally drop a decent ring. A Ravenfrost. Pretty mid-roll, but definitely amazing on so many melee builds that cannot be frozen. It comes in really handy. Pendleskin drops me a non-ethereal version of Titan's Revenge, which is great to swap to whenever your ethereal ones get to be about broken. And this is probably the thing that I hate most in Diablo 2, which is farming this jackass. I hate farming D keys on Blizzard Sork, and I die an ungodly amount of times. In fact, I leave this last clip in. Look at all those bodies. That was not like an uncommon thing either. Pretty much every time ended with those results. H keys, solid, easy peasy. Snag this quick little Mal rune. And I love bone weaves. I don't know why, but I think it's my favorite ethereal base. So we go ahead and snap a smoke into that baby. Some low level merc will like that thing. That cryptic axe we hit from earlier. That's a pretty good insight. Not perfect rolls, but it'll definitely do. This is a quite underrated item in my opinion. If you throw this on while doing Ubers on like your Kixen, your Mosaic, or whatever, that amplified damage is actually a lot of damage increase. Alright, so it's 4 in the morning at this point, and the pit zone is terrorized. So I thought, you know, let's take the Javazon out for a spin. I think this is the second, maybe third pit that I did this morning. And yeah. We get a Jaw rune. So 8 in the morning yesterday, Bear rune. 4 in the morning this morning, Jaw rune. Not as cool as a Jaw or a Burr, but a pool rune. And I'll take it. It's worth noting at least. We also get this little Kraken shell here, 718 defense, 3-socketed ethereal. It's gonna make a nice treachery for our merc. Still trying to hunt for that last H key, and we get an Ohm rune. One step closer to our CTA. Right, with all that being said and done, I think it's time to start our assassin. Now, full disclosure, I've never made a Mosaic assassin, and truth be told, it's been about 4 or 5 years, I think, since I've leveled any assassin up. So I'm a little bit rusty. And basically, I just looked up a guide from Mr. LammaSC, and, you know, he helped me out. So we level from level 1 all the way to Nightmare Mephisto, which you see here, with the Wake of Fire trap. And it goes pretty smooth, but yeah, definitely the damage is falling off, so we are going to respec into Lightning Trap. Just a foul rune from our Nightmare Forge, nothing amazing, but it could have been worse. We make short work of Diablo Nightmare, and the last wave, if you have Mind Blast, this build is incredibly safe. You just kind of slap everybody away from you while they're just getting melted down with the lightning traps, and it's just a really strong build. I don't necessarily love it. I'm not a big fan of it, but I can see why people like it. And it is fun, it is safe, it is strong. So. One last thing we gotta do. We're gonna make our rune words. So we 3-socket these greater talents. I decided to use greater talents because it's a lower dexterity and strength requirement. And a little earlier in the day, we dropped this 3-socketed mage plate. I wonder what we're going to use that for. Now, I think we can all agree that if you drop a jaw and a burr in 24 hours, yeah, I think we just make an enigma, right? Yeah, I think so. I think that's the play. All right. Mal Gol makes mosaic. Let's do it again. So we needed to be level 65 in order to equip the Enigma. The best way I knew how to do that was just grind bell runs in Nightmare for a little while. It was easy enough, didn't take too long. So now we cleared Den and Hell with the help of our mercenary, so we can respec for our final time. Now that we got a mosaic online, let's see what this baby can do. This is a player's 8 Endariel at level 68. We just got into Hell. That's pretty strong. Okay, let's look at the gear. Okay, yeah, this build is absolutely insane. So I stole some stuff from my sorceress, namely the Shaco, the Trangs, and the Alder's boots to kind of help with my resistances a little bit. Life and faster cast rate is kind of important, to be honest. So I've got 20% here, 10 here, a little bit of mana leech, a little bit of resistances. Again, mana leech, resistances, faster cast rate. Not amazing, but they're good enough for now. Just a terrible amulet. Dexterity to help offset the cost of the claws, although I can still use the claws without. Some resistances, and yeah, that's about it. But Shaco, life, all the good stuff, due to all skills. And then, you know, this beautiful bitch right here, the good old Mage Plate Enigma. And then, yeah, double mosaics. Offhand, I don't have anything. I'll probably get like a lower resist wand or something, although I don't think I'll need it really, unless I'm doing like declone and Ubers and stuff like that. But, yeah, the build is absolutely filthy, and I'm going to just play through Hell. I'm going to try to do it all on players 8 difficulty, which, you know, shouldn't be that big of a challenge considering we have double mosaic and Enigma and Shaco. We have some pretty insane gear already at level 69. And yeah, let's continue with this character. We just made it into Act 2. Let's do it. Yeah, no, this build is silly. This is ridiculous. We just made it all the way through a complete Hell playthrough from level 68 to around 88. All players 8 the entire time. I think I died twice. But other than that, we got a limb rune. I'll probably stop showing anything under or mal in the future. And we got this. This is our second PCOM, actually. So I think we're going to make a pally in the next episode or two. And an arachnid mesh. Been waiting for that item for quite a while. It's actually really nice on this build, believe it or not, because, you know, a little bit of cooldown makes the teleport from the Enigma feel a little bit better. I don't know if you saw that Hydra bow drop, but this is our first actual proper Grail item. Wind Force. This is an OG unique. This used to be amazing. Unfortunately, we got a bottom roll mana leech, but it's whatever. It's still a Grail item. It's still cool. Here we got a Slayer's Guard, which is an Ariat's Face. If we make a barb in the future, that'll be nice. And our last notable drop here before we actually go do our Ubers is a Skin of the Viper Magi, which rolled slightly higher than the one I had before on the resistances. Okay, so at this point we're like level 89, 90, something like that. We don't have a CTA or a torch or an Annie, or, you know, we're still missing quite a bit of stuff, but the build really doesn't struggle much. I think I died 3 times trying to get to Lilith from the ads, but other than that, yeah, this was a really, really smooth thing. Mephisto himself and Tristram killed me 4 or 5 times, but yeah, I think once I get the CTA and I get a little bit better lightning res, it won't be an issue. Well, this is our first official torch on single player. I honestly don't know if I've ever gotten a torch on single player. I think this might be my first one ever. I've always really just played ladder. Not the best. That's perfectly fine. We'll just farm more keys. And while we're doing that, I wanted to talk about a couple things. Moving forward, I'm not going to be showcasing the same stuff we've already dropped, which might lead to shorter episodes overall, and also more time between episodes, as I can't really control when something interesting will drop. So I'm trying my best to respect and appreciate your time, as to not waste it showing the same boring or irrelevant drops over and over and over again. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, as this really helps more than you know. You guys have been amazing welcoming me into the D2R community thus far with the past 2 or 3 videos, and I'm really excited to see this journey through to the end. And this assassin should really help us out a lot progressing forward into our overall goal of getting a ZOD room. I'll end the video with this question. If you dropped a Burr and a Jaw in 24 hours, would you also make an Enigma? Or would you let it sit in your stash and wait to cube it to make a Cham so we could be halfway done with the challenge? I'm wondering if I made the right decision in your opinion. So, thank you guys. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Goodbye.